Welcome to your reading for the 9th to the 15th of September. My name is Nikki. I am a tarot reader, life coach, and intuitive artist. And today we are using the cards as a beautiful tool, as a gateway, as a portal into helping you understand not just what's going on in your life beneath the surface, but how you can make shifts, make change, and actually start to head in the direction of a life that feels magical and meaningful and totally on your terms. All right, so if you like the sound of that, let's see what the cards have for us today. I want to start with actually one of the cards that has been sitting on my desk, and it's been very chatty in an energetic way. It keeps popping up, it keeps cropping up when I'm writing a post, when I'm doing some work, I keep seeing it. And I know there is a reason. And then I jumped on here and I pressed record and I was like, oh, that's the reason. We need to talk about it today. So this card says, difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations. Difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations. And not only is this just a nice little saying and quote and things that you can pop on your desk or put on a post-it, but for me, it's this reminder to us all that truly, 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 wherever you find yourself at the moment, if it seems dark, if it seems hard, if it seems, oh my God, is it just going to be more of this forever? This is planting that seed of hope. It's planting that seed of light. It's planting that seed within you that says, maybe when I feel just a little bit more safe, even if that's just a smidge, I can start to open up to this could lead me somewhere beautiful. And in fact, if I keep going, it will. So that's the overarching energy that we're carrying into this reading. I sense that it's not going to be a super long reading because the messages are going to come fast and strong, and they're going to be exactly what we need. So let's tune into this beautiful energy. First off, using the Work Your Light Oracle. What is, the current energies, where we find ourselves, perhaps a little bit of insight into this moment where we're opening up a little bit more for that seed of hope and that seed of light. Get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives connect with nature. One of the ways we can nurture the seed of hope within or turn up the light is to get grounded. Now, grounded can look like so many things. I encourage you to discover or rediscover what works for you when it comes to being grounded. I know that at different seasons in the year, what feels grounding to me shifts and changes. So allow yourself to get really present and go, what do I need now? What is going to help my energy settle? What will make me feel more here, more present, more grounded, more supported, more alive, and more connected? That is your invitation to start with today, because often we don't have the capacity to shift path or change direction or even acknowledge that we need to if we don't first get grounded, if we don't stand still for a moment in our lives and go, actually, where do I want to be heading? I'm already awake. The next card is Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. That card, difficult roads lead to beautiful destinations. Part of that journey, part of that transition, part of that shift is no longer walking that path from before, no longer choosing the difficult path. And it's not as simple as going, I'm not going to do it hard anymore, or I'm not going to be stressed, or I'm not going to struggle, or I'm not going to have challenges. It is not that superficial, but it's the acknowledgement that I'm going to become more and more conscious of who I am, how I am, what I believe, what I do, the actions that I'm taking, the subconscious things that might be going on. That requires some work, so that we don't keep choosing the difficult path. So the difficult isn't the default. You can do that through getting grounded, through meditation, through journaling. There are so many ways you can support yourself on that journey. And then there are so many ways you can get support for yourself on that journey. And it's probably a combination of those two things. So again, getting grounded, getting still, What do you need right now? The releasing salt patterns, contracts, and past lives. Part of shifting onto a new path means shifting, in a way, our identity, because we need to become the person who chooses the beautiful path rather than the difficult path. We need to become the person who sees the difference. We need to become the person who works for the difference. So part of what you're releasing, or part of what the invitation is to release this week, is also your attachment to an identity that no longer suits. Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? This is kind of like you've done the prep work. You've planted the seed, you've gotten grounded, you've asked the questions, you've released what you can release, and you stay open to releasing. And then you go, now that I'm settled, now that I'm feeling more spacious internally, now that I have this energy and this hope and this light and this direction, what is my soul calling me to do? If you get something major, my soul is calling me to do this epic thing in the world. Hold space for it. Don't diminish it with the how just yet. And if your soul is calling you to do, go in your backyard and lay down, hold space for it. And if it's within capacity, go do it, of course. But it's the same thing. We apply to the micro that we do to the macro. If the how feels heavy, we can set it aside. Let's just hold space for the what. Let's hold space for the vision. Let's hold space for the feeling. There is no timeline that we actually need to be on. And I know we've been trained in all kinds of ways to not only work to deadlines, but to set them for ourselves. And it kind of becomes this arbitrary punishment and dread and pressure and force that we're just so used to feeling. It's pushing, it's pulling, it's shoving, it's weighing us down, it's moving us forward. And there's this constant external, even though it's actually coming internal, directive and direction to always be not where you are. That is something we release at the moment. And if you need to hear it, you will still do stuff. You will still accomplish things. You will still go out there because your passion and your excitement and your soul wants experience. You're not going to be stagnant when you find stillness. Let's get some little messages from the Rider-Waite. What's going to support this transition? I'm seeing this like stepping stones from the difficult path to the beautiful path. Some, all, one of these might resonate. Take what works, leave the rest, and let me know. Alrighty. Let's put this into an order. Pentacles, cups, cups, wands, hangman, and cups. I always love this card. It's someone just doing their job and doing it well and taking their time. And it's about the quality. Even though there's a lot of pentacles, there's 8. He knows that if he does something well, it's worth it. So part of changing from the difficult to the beautiful path is, doing it well. It's so much better to do one step in that direction than race off and you've done 10 in the wrong direction, or even just 10 in the right direction, but you collapse and then you're there for a long time and it takes you ages to get back up. Or maybe you crawl back to the difficult path because it feels safer, better, more familiar. So it's about doing the work well. The King of Cups. To me, this is really reinforcing that grounded energy from before, getting grounded, grounding your emotions, prioritizing your emotional health, your your emotional resilience, your emotional capacity, not just to deal with stuff. This isn't productivity hacking yourself and your emotions, but how strong you are and how able you are to handle what you're feeling. Because just like the difficult path, the beautiful path is intense. And you're going to be exposed to so much. I mean, it's part of the human experience. We're always experiencing, and there's always the capacity for such depth, whether it's the darkness or the light, whether it's the good or the bad. I mean, it's always a bit of both, but the beautiful path is still always an upward trajectory. So the King of Cups is, how is your emotional health, wealth, capacity? How able are you to hold yourself through those emotions? And just like with the first card, it's not about crushing it or doing it all at once or like more, more, more. Hold yourself to your capacity and then reassess the situation. There is no race, there is no rush. You are heading in the right direction, and that is what matters. The Six of Cups. Make your home, make your room, make your office, make your bedroom, make your backyard, make this beautiful immediate environment around you your safe space. It gives and receives. You nurture it, it nurtures you. You look after it, it looks after you. I see so many pathways forward just from this card of what you all might be doing. If something comes up and through for you, I'd love to hear what it is. But more importantly, I'd love for you to start doing that. It might seem nonsensical, like, how is that really going to help me and this big life transition to go out and sweep the shed or clean up the stray pot plants that are laying around, or whatever else? But it's that nurture piece, it's that connection piece, it's that grounded piece. And yeah, maybe cleaning out my shed, I'm obviously speaking on my own behalf here and what's coming through for me, that isn't going to be the thing that gets me my next 10 clients or helps me make some adjustments to my routine or my diet or my health or my whatever. But it is going to help me increase my capacity to be present, to have more safety in my home, to feel more grounded in my day. And all of those things are going to help with all of those other things. Seven of Wands. So on this shift from the difficult road to the beautiful one, we are, what was it, last week? The week before? It'd be easy for you to check. The tarot reading, Break Up with Conflict is the title. I see this in that reading, so go check that one out if you haven't already, or even rewatch it if you have watched it. What I see on this is, do we want to bring the energy of conflict with us on this path, on this transition? Or do we want to bring, because I see in this card now, these are all tools and these are all materials to build something with. Maybe he needs to build a bridge to get to the beautiful path. So there's this shift in attitude, there's this shift in perspective. It doesn't have to be conflict, it doesn't have to be challenge, it doesn't have to be, how do I knuckle through this? How do I build my path one piece at a time? We have the Hanged Man in reverse. You've had your perspective shift, and now comes your action shift. You've seen what you need to see, you felt what you need to feel, you know what you need to know, and that's not everything. It's just enough. And now it's time to act. This is often a card of sort of peaceful contemplation, like just chill out, stay still, and you'll, see things from a new angle. You've seen it. Maybe from this reading, or maybe it's been there for a while and your actions haven't matched your ahas. It's time to match your actions. Finally, we have the Ten of Cups. This is the beautiful destination. This is the things and the life and the people and the relationships and the health and the wealth and the whatever that you've been looking for. Part of bridging the gap from the difficult road to the beautiful destination is just getting a little bit clearer on what that is for you. Understanding not only what you want to be different, but why you want it to be different. Connecting to the emotion of what it's like when you're there, or the emotion actually of what it's like when you're heading there. Because even though we're talking about the beautiful destination isn't stop, isn't end, isn't finish. The beautiful destination is a new path to be walking. one that feels light, one that feels loving, one that feels amazing, one of magic and meaning. This has been absolutely amazing. Let me know what landed. Let me know what resonated. And let me know what you're going to do about this information, about the things that you've realized. Maybe it's about getting grounded. Maybe it's some mindset shifts. Maybe it's the things you can focus on. Maybe it's building your emotional resilience. All the things we've been talking about. What landed? What lingered? What did you love? Let me know. I'm actually launching. Well, I've launched. Let's put it this way. Life reset program. If you're ready to step up and into a new way of being, if you're ready to realize your potential, if you're ready to stop wondering what life would be like if you did the things you said you wanted to do, reach out to me. I'll also pop a link below so you can check out the information. But the best way to know if you want to work with me is to chat with me. So you can also book a free consult. All right. Have a glorious week. Have a glorious day. And I hope to see you in the comments.